Hello and welcome to Graceful Connections. I'm Sophie Bidard, your host on this journey to gracefully reach for the stars. An adventure of exploration, discovery, healing, liberation, growth, and truthful expression. I'm so grateful that you've chosen to join us today, bringing your unique energy that pours into our circle of connection. Your presence here honors the calling within you to awaken your earth energy and align with the sacred through the medicine wheel, which is what our guest, Ana Maria Vasquez, will be sharing with us about today. And that sounds fascinating. So let's begin. Take a moment to let go of anything that doesn't serve this present moment. With each breath, feel yourself arriving more fully here. As we set our intention, may all that flows within our sacred space, be it words, vibrations, energies, serve the highest evolution of our souls and extend outward in service to all. I invite you to open your heart and your mind to receive all the brilliance that awaits. Activating your connection to the new Earth crystalline grid and to the galactic center, the center of truth. You are perfectly held, both grounded and lifted. You are safe, relaxed, and ready, and open to receive. Now I'm calling the orb of grace from the heart of the universe, placing the orb of grace around our gathering, each and every one of us. That we be held in this orb of grace and infused with grace all along our time together. As grace permeates our field, it harmonizes and magnifies all that seeks alignment and illuminates all that longs for expression in accordance with divine will and the order of grace. And breathe. Beautiful. Within the orb of grace, I'm delighted to welcome Ana Maria Vasquez, multisensory animal and nature intuitive. What a blessing to have you with us today, Ana Maria. Welcome.
Oh my goodness. I am just over the moon, delighted. I love the time that I get to have with your community, the like-hearted souls. It just always feels like coming home. So thank you for creating a beautiful space for us to have these soulful conversations.
And thank you for joining us there, Ana Maria. Thank you. Yes. So everyone, our time together with Ana Maria today is dedicated to connecting with the sacred rhythms of nature through the powerful ancient template of the medicine wheel. And Ana Maria will also offer live intuitive readings. So to request your reading, press *2 on the phone or click raise hand on the web to come on the line with Ana Maria, or place your request in the Q&A box on the web. And the question to ask is, what would the medicine wheel like me to know? For now, I'd like to ask you, Ana Maria, as we dive into our fascinating topic, I'd like to begin with asking you, why do we need to activate our earth energy? For what purpose and how to do that?
Yeah, it's so interesting. Living in this modern day, we're just so distracted all the time, right? Like, even listening on this call, we're distracted. It's like my phone has to be someplace else or I'll be distracted. And so we have so much distraction. And in ancient times, right, all of our ancestors, all of our tribes, we were outside most of the time. We had our shelters, but we were outside. We were in connection with the earth, with the seasons, with the changings of the day, of those seasons, the times of year. And we were able to be in the listening in a way that the distraction that we face now makes it so difficult. And we get into this space. The biggest thing that I notice with folks that I work with and the folks that come to my classes is that forgetfulness, right? We think we have to do it by ourselves. And it's that false belief in that separation, that we are on our own and we just got to fight and claw and make it work, right? And that couldn't be further from the truth. We have legions of helpers. And when we consciously acknowledge and invite in that earth energy and our earth allies to source us, it activates a powerful portal that creates magic in our life in ways that we could have only imagined. And so I feel, right, like my burning passion is to help remind the humans about our profound connection to the animals and nature, and how the natural realm is a power center for us. And if folks resonate, right, with what I'm talking about, with connecting with animals and connecting with nature, then you know that's your portal too. And through performing ritual and ceremony, like working with the medicine wheel, it helps us remember our connection. It helps anchor in that commitment to the unity consciousness, and it allows us to walk very differently on the earth every day.
Yeah, well, I couldn't agree more. We definitely need that. We definitely need that. Um, so how do we do that? Can you take us into the mystery and the secrets of the medicine wheel? A first peek at it, right? Obviously, we're not gonna go full on today, because I mean this is the whole point of working with you and exploring it with you. But a sneak peek. What do we need to know right now?
You know what I would like to do? Let's do an invocation with the wheel. And so I want to take folks through, because, right, like I love helping people unpack their intuitive backpacks, right? Like when we're wearing a backpack, we can't always reach our flashlight, right, or the map or the granola bar in the bottom. But if we've got someone walking with us, right, I can turn you around. I can dig in the backpack and I can say, here's your granola bar, here's your water, here's your map. And so this opportunity for us to be on this path of expansion together. And when we work in ceremony and ritual with the medicine wheel, like I said, it helps us remember that we aren't separate, that we are part of this divine web, of this circle. And we work with the stones, the rocks, right? The rock beings, because they are electromagnetic beings, and they actually help shift, shelter, and shield us from the ordinary energy that's around us. And so when we enter a stone circle, it's like stepping into a vortex. And so now I want to walk through what we're going to do. So if you're someone who sees, right, like you visualize, you can see things in your mind's eye or as an overlay, I want you to see yourself standing in the center of a stone circle, and you're going to face the direction of the east. If you were to know which direction that was, you would face that direction of the east. For those of you who don't see, right, like you're like, I don't see, no matter what anyone says, I don't see. What I want you to do is anytime I even say the word see, you're going to change it to know. I know that I'm standing in the center of a stone circle. I know that I'm facing that direction of the east. For those of you who are the feelers, you're the ones, or maybe even the hearers, right? You can follow whichever one of those, the ones of the folks who can see, or the ones of the folks who are going to be in the knowingness. You can choose either or do both. But I want everyone, all of us gathered here, facing that east direction. And together we come into union alignment and collaboration with all of life force energy. We invoke and we activate our sacred alliance with the animals, the plants, the minerals, the elementals, the four directions, the four elements, the benevolent ancestors, the unseen high vibrational allies, our higher selves in the divine. And we activate this grid here today for divine protection, for insight, wisdom, healing, and guidance, that deeper connection to the divine through the animals and nature, and landing in gratitude for the time and space to have these soulful conversations. So facing that direction of the east, or calling in that direction of the east, Spirit of the East, I call on you. Element of air, help breathe me. Eagle, hawk, owl, raven, woodpecker, and all wind flyers, please help me walk the sacred way. Now take a few deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, feeling that intention of connecting with that direction of the east, that element of air with those wind flyers. And now take a quarter turn to your right and face that direction of the south. Spirit of the South, I call on you. Element of fire, fire flower, please blossom in my soul. Cougar, wolf, coyote, mouse, snake, please help me walk the sacred way. Take a few deep, full breaths and feel deeply into that prayer. Feel your connection with the element of fire, with the direction of the south, with cougar, wolf, coyote, mouse, and snake. When you're ready, turn another quarter turn to the right. Face that direction of the west. Spirit of the West, I call on you. Element of water, please help me move through my life in rhythm with your ebb and flow. Whale, dolphin, seal, otter, please embrace me. Please help me walk the sacred way. Feeling deeply into that prayer, into that connection. Several deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth, feeling your connection with that element of water, with that direction of the west, with those water animals. And when you're ready, take that quarter turn to the right to face that direction of the north. Spirit of the North, I call on you. Element of earth, help me ground. Help me deeply listen. Great horned ones, buffalo, moose, elk, deer, antelope, please assist me. Please help me walk the sacred way. Take a few deep breaths, full, complete breaths, feeling deeply into that prayer, feeling into your connection with the direction of the north, with the element of the earth, with those horned ones, the buffalo, the moose, the elk, the deer, the antelope. When you're ready, feel yourself walking back to the center of the circle. Place your hands on your heart, and you can look up. Spirit above, Father Sky, I feel you. Your sunlight warms and lightens me. Thank you for your light. Please help me walk the sacred way. Now, looking down to Mother Earth, even putting your hands outstretched to the earth. Spirit below, Mother Earth, I come to you with all of my heart. I ask to receive your wisdom. Please connect me with and help me walk the sacred way. Hands on the heart again. Spirit within, the great I am. I call on you. Please merge me with my higher self's intention, deeply and interconnected. Let us travel. Please remind me that I am the sacred way. And so it is. Take a few breaths, move around in your seat, feeling that remembrance of that profound connection. When we walk through our day with that connection, that remembrance in our heart, we walk very differently. We move through our life very differently. We interact with the people, the animals, and the nature in a different way. These are no longer things or backdrops. These are allies that source us on our daily walk through this embodiment. And when we have a practice like the medicine wheel with us to help us remember every day and during those auspicious times during the year, the seasonal changes, we're able to walk differently. We're able to have a different connection. It opens up multidimensional portals for us, and it feels like coming home.
Absolutely, coming home. Yeah, wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for this invocation. Well, we do take a deep dive right into the
I know. I'm like,
medicine
we
wheel.
are in the rabbit hole.
Thank you for that. I want to comment on a couple of things. First, how my experience was at the very beginning, before even the invocation, just the standing at the center of the circle of sacred stones. I felt the awareness of that position like a rise in vibration, like being uplifted before even the invocation. So that was very significant to me. And the other thing, what was interesting specifically, is when you went to the west and before you called the eagle, I saw an eagle. And I'm not trained to the medicine wheel, but I saw the eagle before you called the eagle. And I was like, oh, okay. And what this tells me is that it is for many of us, we have worked and lived, in more than worked, lived with the medicine wheel. And it is a matter of remembering, right? Rather than discovering, or even though we feel like we're discovering maybe for the first time, but it's actually, for many of us, it is a remembrance that is being called forth, right?
Yeah, it's even a little bit more than that. It's resonance, right? So we stand in the center of the wheel, of the stone circle. So whether we're standing there physically, right, or whether we are working energetically, right, our brains, it doesn't matter, right? Everything is energy. And in those rocks, right, rock beans are made up of quartz and silica. This absolutely mirrors our bodies, right? Our bones. The iron in the rocks mirrors our blood. And so when we step into a stone circle, we feel resonance first, and it feels like something amazing is about to happen because it's shielding us from the ordinary energy that's around us and transporting us into an altered state where we can remember and where we can set into motion our intention and send it off with a large amplification, right? So whether we're walking the wheel, right, it's a circle with 4 directions, whether we're walking the wheel in like a contemplative prayer, a meditative prayer, whether we are out there for a seasonal celebration, whether we are out there for guidance, in that wheel, again, whether we're physically in the center of a stone circle or invoking it the way we have here, there's power. And it's a center for transformation. And through that resonance and helping us remember is where we step into our power and are able to shape-shift the energy in our lives like never before.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Got it. So, how do we do that concretely once we are in this altered state, right, of consciousness, and we have those allies? Do we let them come to us? Do we address them specifically, like I'm gonna address the eagle today, or I'm gonna work with these elementals, or how do concretely? How do we
That is
operate
so
with this?
phenomenal. Yeah, so, and there's different ways, right? Like some people, like myself, we have a large physical medicine wheel, right? Where there are 4 direction stones, right? There's a direction stone for the north, for the south, for the east, the west, and then there is a center stone. And I can physically walk, right, from the north to the east to the south to the west to the center. Then there's sometimes, right, you may not have that much space to have like a walking medicine wheel. I had a teacher who had 4 direction stones and a center stone sitting in a corner on her patio so that she could connect with and invoke the power of the medicine wheel, even though she couldn't have a huge standing wheel one. I've also seen people do either 4 or 5 stones, right? 4 stones to delineate the 4 directions. The center stone really is that 5th stone, and I do like having a 5th stone there to help us remember the center, right? We're in the center of all of that. We're part of all of that. So whether you have a circle that you're standing in or one that's just reminding you, right? Like we gather the stones in ritual ceremony because they help us remember, right? We are combining science and metaphysics because the ritual, right, going through a ritual, going to our stones, whether it is 4 stones, 5 stones on a desk, on our patio, or in a standing circle configuration, it triggers our neurology to remember. And we're trying to remember that connection because, right, in today's modern day, we forget. We go into separation so quickly. And so we have to come back to connection and remembrance just as quickly. So when we connect with the stones, right, it activates the vortex, the circle, to shield us, to invite us in to remembrance. When we're in there, then our intention, our prayers direct what's going to happen, right? Maybe it's our daily practice, right? Which is, it's for me, it's part of my daily practice, where I'm either physically on the wheel or energetically visualizing myself, or for those of you who don't visualize, knowing I'm standing in the center. I'm doing the invocation, right? I always start with the invocation. And then I'm going to go, if it's just a daily piece, right, where I'm just trying to remember to go through my day as a human who remembers, I'm going to start in the center, then I'm going to go to the east. I'm going to walk to the eastern stone, and I'm going to walk clockwise around. And when I get to each direction, that's where I'm going to call in. I'm either going to call in the allies that I know I want to work with, or I'm going to call and see who shows up, right? Like, you didn't know that Eagle was there, but Eagle was going to show up for you either way. And so you can do that. When we're doing a seasonal piece, right? Like we just had the spring equinox, we're going to stay on that eastern direction, and we're going to set our spring intentions, and they're going to be amplified and put out right into the ethers through that vortex that we've got set up. If there's things like our birthday, right? You know, so I'm a June birthday, so we already know that June is going to be in the south, right, where that southern direction is. And so, like, for my birthday, I'll go out and stand on that southern direction and, you know, honor the year that has passed, call in my intentions for the year going forward, and always being in gratitude for the deep, profound connection and the fact that I'm never alone, right? Like, we have legions of helpers, but we have to ask. We can't just set a blanket statement and say, you know, please help me, all the allies, anytime, you know, whenever. It has to be an engagement. It has to be a relationship, right, where we are constantly engaged with these allies of the directions, of the elements, of the animals, and the nature. And then when we call on them, right, we know them, they know us, and they can assist us. They can bring in the energy, the remembrances, the insights that's needed for us to shape, shift the energy. Whenever I work with someone teaching them about the medicine wheel, of course, right, I'm really good at explaining the complex spiritual aspects of it, but then giving very easy, practical steps. And I also take people on a shamanic journey to activate their relationship with the medicine wheel, right? Because it's a living being. It's a collection of, you know, these stones that come together to assist us in a remarkable way. And so, of course, you want to be initiated into that practice. And so it's an honor to be able to help people remember this profound earth energy connection that we all have.
Wow. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, thank you for that. It's interesting to me how this element of cycle of time that I wasn't aware that that the medicine wheel integrated it and held it. Doesn't only integrate it, holds it, right? The cycle, the element of time. So you shared about what you do at the time of your birthday. I suppose we do also for the equinoxes, solstices. Are there other ways that we work with the wheel in regards of the cycle of time and the wisdom of cycles, so that it supports our expression of our soul truth and of our natural rhythms, to bring natural rhythm to our life journey?
Yeah, there's so many different ways. And what I've always loved, and I've been working with the medicine wheel, it's one of my personal practices since I was in high school. And I've worked with it with different teachers, different indigenous teachers teaching me different aspects, right, where you learn different pieces that, oh, I didn't know, but the wheel itself teaches us too, right, because it becomes an ally, a friend. And you can picture that, right, especially if you're in a standing circle, but also, right, because I've done it when I've traveled places where I've just got my my 4 directional stones and then a center stone in the center. And just even looking at it and connecting with it will help transport me. And it's about this remembrance, right? So like I said, you can look at the wheel like a clock. So, right, the north is midnight, right, 12. South is 6 o'clock. East is 3 o'clock. West is 9 o'clock. And so that's how you can determine, right, the calendar aspect in terms of, what month. That's where you would be standing on the wheel. If you're celebrating, a birthday, an anniversary, or honoring, right, a particular date, you can look at it like that. I like to, based on the season, right, is where I'll start. So in the springtime, I'll start in the east, right, and then walk clockwise around each of the directions. In the winter, I'm starting in the north, and then going clockwise around. So I shift my starting position based on the season that I'm in, or, right, if it's an equinox or a solstice, I'm, of course, going to be there. If I'm celebrating, again, a significant day or date, like when I'm coming up on the anniversary of my Great Dane Astro, of his transition. So I will, and that's at the end of May, I will actually stand in what the November position would be, because his birth date was in November, but I could also stand in the May, right, in the 5 o'clock position, because when he passed, it was in May. And there's a good chance for that week I'll probably do a little bit of all of it, just to, again, it helps you to connect in deeply and be in tune with that specific person, animal, circumstance, situation that you're looking to. You're actually finding a frequency, right, through the wheel, through the spaces on the wheel that you're connecting in with. And so through there, I can listen. Does he have any special messages for me, right? Or if it's, say, we just celebrated our anniversary, my partner and I, and so we can be in that, April 3rd position, approximate, right? It's stones on the ground. It's not specific, so general area. And in that spot, we can be grateful for everything that came through for the last year. We can honor, we can also forgive each other for things that took place during the year, and then we can send blessings for the new year and start out. And of course, we would start in that spot, right, for our anniversary, and then we'd walk around the wheel, acknowledging each of the directions and the elements, right, to support us in our relationship, or, right, whatever it is, the times that I'm out there manifesting, right, like, let's just say, for instance, when I received the invitation to come and talk here in this amazing sacred circle, you better believe I went out to the medicine wheel right away. And, well, first it was, right, because I got the nudge that that's what we were to talk about. So I had to go out there first to listen, right? Is this really it? So I took myself into the center, in the listening. Is this what I am to share? What is it? Can you call in the divine right people who need to hear about this earth energy activation, about this connection to our earth energy? Those of us who are connected and drawn to the medicine wheel, we're typically the tree huggers, right? We're the ones with rocks in our pockets. We're the ones who are talking to the animals all the time. And so imagine the power of being, right, in nature, in a stone circle. And so I went out and asked, like, what is it that we need? And it's about the remembrance. We need these pieces. We need these rituals. We need these ceremonies that help us remember our connection, because this density creates the amnesia and we forget, and then we try and do it on our own, and then we suffer. Suffering is completely optional. And we don't need to do it to the degree that we do it. We need to take our concerns. We need to take our burdens. We need to take our intentions, take it to Mama Earth, create that vortex of amplification where it's not just you, right? You are a part of the whole, and it helps us remember our place, and it helps us walk our lives with a sacredness that we don't have when we don't remember.
And along with that, all the guidance, the support, the directions, like our hand being held as we walk our journey and getting the direction on our journey. Where am I to go next? What's my next step? And all of that. And I suppose with the element of working with the cycles and the cycles of time, I suppose it facilitates synchronicity.
Yes. Yes,
right?
It allows you to get into your natural rhythm and flow. And that, what's important about that, right, with the synchronicities, that's very astute. Thank you for bringing that up, is it puts us in a rhythm and flow to meet up with the magic and miracles in our life that we're not in sync with when we are contorting ourselves trying to do it the way the collective's doing it. We want to get ourselves in our own natural rhythm and flow so that we naturally meet up at the divine right and time with the magic and miracles that are waiting for us that we will miss if we're trying to contort ourselves to the collective. Oh my goodness, my whole body started buzzing right now. Like the whole thing is just buzzing.
Yeah, and because this is so significant, because what I'm being shown is that this allows us to bring the magic into the non-magical world, right? Into the dense world, and into the it allows us to bring the magic into the non-magical world.
Yes, and
like
it's
to infiltrate,
really about,
right? To infiltrate.
Yes, we weave it in where it just becomes a natural part, and it's really about frequency, vibration, and energy. And a lot of times I'll talk about energetic supplements, these things that help us raise and maintain a high vibration. That's what the medicine wheel is, right? Those stone beings, right? Like most people would just look and say, oh, it's a stone circle. It is actually a council of elders, a council of wisdom keepers that are sourcing and holding a space. And so for us to connect with, right, in an intentional, brings us into that vibration, that frequency, that energy. And one of the things that I do as well, right, because the plants, so plants and trees, they're emitting harmonics all the time that we can't hear, right, because it's outside of our audible spectrum. They're also releasing aerosols all the time, and we don't always understand why they're doing it. We don't always notice, but it's happening. And so these different frequencies and harmonics that correlate with the different rhythms, the flows, the calendar, the chronology, the seasons, there is a different, right? Like when it turns to the spring season, Mama Earth herself puts out a different frequency, and embedded in it is instructions, it's information. And the plants, there are different plants that correlate with each direction of the wheel, and they hold their own frequency and harmonic that helps our body remember, that helps our energy field remember. And so people who work with me with the medicine wheel, I also give them music of the plants, right? We know I've got that machine where we can hook up to a plant and we will hear the bioenergetic field of the plant in audible tones. It's something that the plant is doing all the time, but because it's outside of our audible spectrum, we don't hear it. But there were scientists in northern Italy, in Damanhur, who've been studying plant intelligence and consciousness for the last, it's well over 50 years at this point. And they created this device that allows us to hear this vibration, these tones, these frequencies from the plants. And so I was able to record each of the directions. And so that is something that I will also play when I'm focusing on a particular direction, right? Or a particular season, right? In the spring, we're in the east, but we're also in the east anytime we're looking to call in a new possibility, a new opportunity. When we're looking to integrate, we're tuned into the direction of the west, and we're looking at our flow. When we're looking to ground deeply, we're connecting with the direction of the north, with the element of earth. When we're looking to be in full expression and stand in our full truth, we're connecting with the direction of the south and the element of fire. So there are very specific frequencies, vibrations, harmonics, energy that is taking place in each spot on the wheel, right? Like if you looked at the wheel like a clock, at each second mark, there's a little bit of a different vibration happening. And so when we consciously enter the wheel and invoke the remembrance in a particular way, right? Around an intention, around an anniversary, around a season, it allows us to infuse the remembrance on multidimensional levels and in energetic and physical ways that we wouldn't do just on our own, right? The wheel is a physical representation that helps us remember our place in the web of life.
Yes. Yes,
it's so simple, but it's so profound, right?
It
like
is.
On the surface, it's four or five rocks in a circle, right? But there's so much more going on. And anyone who feels that nature connection, right? Like those are the folks who are typically drawn to working with the medicine wheel.
Cool. Thank you. Yeah, and we are so blessed to have you as a guide to uncover and experience, because we get to experience with the invocation that you offered. You took us behind the curtain and right into the experience. So we are very blessed to have you with us today, Anna Maria. There's something I would like to do, because you're gonna do intuitive readings about what would the medicine wheel like me to know. We're gonna go into that in just a minute or two. But one thing I would like to ask you, I was inspired to ask you, would you do a collective reading for our audience, everyone who is on the live call, everyone who is going to join on the replay, our whole group, right? What would the medicine wheel want us to know? Can we do that?
Yes,
before we get into the individual, right? Before we get into the individual.
Yes. Remind me, speak out loud so that let's all picture ourselves standing in the circle, right on the circle, the outer circle of the wheel. And Sophie, I want you to speak the theme for this conference, for this summit.
Right.
And from there, I'll take and I'll see what the wheel is coming through with.
Thank you. Yes. So this edition of Graceful Connections is all about gracefully reaching for the stars.
Oh, that is so beautiful. And so let's just keep Sophie in the center of the wheel. She will act as the proxy for the entire summit, all of the people, all of the speakers, all of the energy, and all of us standing on the outside. Let's just breathe into our heart space, right? When we bring that element of air, our breath, that sacred life force energy, and we couple it with our intention. Intention is our human superpower, but we forget and we dismiss. So when we bring intention and life force energy of breath, that element of air together, it activates heart coherence. And heart coherence creates a bridge that takes us into the quantum field. And in that quantum field is where the infinite possibilities exist. And that's exactly where we want to be right now. So I want everybody to feel their heart filling up with love. You might even see pink energy filling up in your heart, filling up your entire body, and then going out to everybody in the circle and receiving that love back. And now it's focusing it on the summit, on this particular season of this summit. And we call on that direction of the west, that element of water, to bring in the flow, to source us in integrating, in receiving, and filling up with the wisdom, the knowledge, and the remembrance that allows us to transcend the mundaneness of this 3D reality that we're moving through and live and open and activate our higher expansion to truly bring heaven to earth in a way like never before, with ease and grace. Everybody calling their energy back to them, grounding that in, and so it is. Woo, I love it. That direction of the West has to do with integration, which makes sense, right? Because we bring all these wisdom keepers together, and we want to, you know, what sparks a remembrance from this speaker and that speaker, and because each person, that's going to create its own alchemy within them, and that is what's going to create the shifting needed to bring in that true remembrance at a deep level that moves from realization into actualization.
Wow. Whew. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Massive chills when you said to bring heaven on earth. So absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Very profound. We can hear how it is moving through you and speaking you, right? It is so powerful. It is so powerful. Whew. Okay, thank you for that. That was really a blessing and a gift, a precious gift. Thank you.
Yeah, let's do some readings. Let's see what.
Let's get personal, right? So, everyone, to request your reading, press star 2 on the phone or click raise hand on the web to come on the line with Anna Maria, or place your request in the Q&A box. And the question to ask is, what would the medicine wheel like me to know? So let's get started. We are going to Schomburg with Andrea. Unmuting you, Andrea.
Hello, Sophie and Anna Maria.
Hi, Andrea. Welcome.
Thank you, Sophie. What would the medicine wheel like me to know?
Yes, let me feel in and let's see what is coming through for you. I have to tell you, this is the center of the wheel that's coming through. So when we create medicine wheels, the center can either be a stone that really signifies, right, us in the center of all of it, the center of it all coming together, or what a lot of medicine wheels have is a little fire pit in the center. And what I see you doing is a fire ceremony. So what your team is telling me right now is they want you to write down, what are you releasing, right? 3 things that you're releasing that are getting in the way of you being your brilliant self. So 3 things that you want to get rid of, and either throw it into a fire, right, if you're able to have it in a fire, or if you can't make a fire safely, then bury it. But we want you to say it out loud that you're releasing it and give it to the earth so that you can move forward. This is old stuff. You've been processing it for too long. It's time to draw the line in the sand and say it's done and move forward.
Should I do now?
Sorry, what's your question, Andrea? Shall you do it now?
Yeah, should I do it now?
I would do it tonight, actually, right? Because we also have a full moon going on. So tonight I would sit down and I would write the 3 things that you're ready to get rid of and then either burn them or bury them. Just be safe, whichever way you do it.
Okay, have your ceremony tonight. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you. Blessings to you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Before we take the next, Anna Maria, you're doing a reading. So for Andrea, for example, if anyone listening feels inspired, they can, or if it feels it resonates, they can take the message from the medicine wheel for themselves as well. Is that correct?
Of course, right? That's the beauty of group work, is that sometimes there are things that, or we wouldn't be able to hear it if we were called on, right? But through somebody else, we can really receive. That's the holiness, the sacredness of group work. So feel and listen, and or your team might poke you on the shoulder and say, oh, and another thing, right? So be listening, even if it's not you who are being called on.
Yeah. So many of us may have 3 things that are ready to be completed and done with. So ceremony tonight. That's an invitation. Okay, wonderful. Thank you for that precision. Let's go to Switzerland with Vladimiro, unmuting you. Hello.
Yeah, this is Vladimiro. Thank you for picking me.
Yes, you're welcome. Welcome, Vladimiro.
So what does the medicine wheel want me to know?
Yes. Oh, my goodness. As soon as I heard your voice, the direction of the south came through so strong. And it was the direction of the south has to do with standing in your brilliance, full expression, right? So there's those places where we know what we know and we stand tall. Then there's those other things that we don't really say out loud because we're just not as sure. We're just unsure about it. And so what we've got here in that direction of the south is this snake is coming through. And snake energy reminds us, right, like we got to shed what no longer serves us in order to be able to step into what we're really here to do, right? If a snake doesn't shed its skin, it's going to die because it can't expand. The other fascinating thing about snake is that when it sheds its skin, its eyes cloud over, so it loses its sight. And what that reminds us is you can't trust what you're seeing right now during this time of transformation. You have to rely on your other intuitive senses, right? What feels right, what feels, what sounds, what tastes, but don't just go by what looks right. This is a time of transformation for you, and you could also call in some fire element to source you, but this is like a really strong warrior stance, right? Where you, again, draw a line in the sand and say, I'm not playing small anymore. I'm standing for my light, and I'm standing for the light. So work with that direction of the south, work with the element of fire, and work with that snake energy to tap in deeper and allow you to stand in your warrior self.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you, Vladimiro. Blessings. Okay, we're going to Canada with Krista. Unmuting you, Krista.
Hello.
Hello, welcome.
Hi, thank you for choosing me. So, I'm sorry, I'm blanking on the question.
That's okay.
What would the medicine What would the medicine
wheel like? Your team is already talking, actually, and this is, you have a lot of fairy energy with you. And this is, well, it's interesting because the fairies do whatever they want, right? Like, you cannot just say they're in this direction. But for you, I'm feeling them and you, that energy very strong. I would call it, if I were to look at the medicine wheel, I would call it northeast, right? So kind of right
Okay.
in between the 12 and the 3, that's where I'm seeing you. That's where I would be standing if I were you. There's
Okay.
a frequency there that will allow you to connect to the nature spirits. They love your playful energy. They want to see more of it. And they think that the people who think that you are flighty or flaky, they don't understand magic and they don't matter. So connect with the fairy realm, connect with that northeast direction is what's coming through the strongest for you. So what that means, right, the direction of the north is the element of earth, so it's grounding. So they want you to ground, right, either hug a tree, sit on a rock, stand barefoot on the earth, and then the direction of the east is about getting out of your head. Well, that's where the fairies come in. You can't connect to the fairies and be in your head, right? It doesn't work. So get out of your head while you're connecting to earth energy and ask the fairies to reveal themselves. Have you seen them yet?
No, I definitely don't. I've been incorporating a lot more grounding kind of daily rituals. Like I go out and stand in the grass and spray my feet with rose water, and drop out of my head into my heart, and visualize my roots. But I have not ever had any leading to connect with fairies or the fairy realm. So that's new.
Yes,
that's
ask
delightful.
them to reveal themselves. And let me tell you, oftentimes, some people I've worked with see them, like, right, physically have seen them or do see them. For me, I see them, I feel them more, and I'll see them in my peripheral vision as twinkling lights, like colored lights, like Christmas lights.
I love Christmas lights. I love Christmas lights.
Isn't that great? Yeah, so if I'm walking in the woods and I'm coming towards an area where fairies are or a fairy ring, first I'll feel it, right? Like I'll feel giddy, like giggly, like punch drunk, right? And then I'll see in my peripheral, I'll see the Christmas lights, and I'll know that they're around there somewhere. And so I'll ask them to reveal themselves. You know, they like sweet things, they like playful things, they like shiny things. But you definitely have a lot of fairy energy around you. So work with the medicine wheel to help you connect to that earth energy in a deeper, more fun way.
Okay, that's so neat. Thank you.
Thank you, Krista. Oh, so beautiful. Blessings. Okay, we'll come back to more live callers. I'd like to take a few requests from the Q&A box. So we're going to go to British Columbia with Sherry. What would the medicine wheel like Sherry to know?
Let me feel in here and see what's coming through. Well, I have to tell you what walked in right away was a buffalo. And buffalo is one of the horned ones, right? And that is typically connected to the north, that element of earth. And what buffalo, I always look at buffalo like the North American Ganesh, right? Like he's the remover of obstacles, you know, like that's what's coming through, that direction of the north, getting you grounded, the energy of buffalo to help you move the blocks that are in your way. And I have to tell you, they're saying it's you're the block, right? Like it's your belief. It's a limited belief based on, right? Like I get life experience, what other people are saying, but you could choose from different possibilities. So let buffalo help you remove the block that you put in the way. I guess is what I would say, because it's a shift in your thinking that's going to change everything here. It's not as dire as you think it is, and it's easily shape-shifted. So work with that direction of the north, work with that buffalo energy to remove those obstacles.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Sherry. Blessings. We are going to Novato with Virginia. Virginia has actually a more specific question. What would the medicine wheel want me to know about the extremely high blood pressure I just discovered I have?
Oh, this is great. All right. So let's work with this. Let's feel into this and let's see what's going on. So when we're working with physical things, right, we can look at the wheel. Oh, this is so great. Thank you for bringing this up because it's a teachable moment for all of us. So we're looking at blood pressure, right? So that's a flow in our body. And our body, right, is reflected back to us in the wheel. So flow would be in the west, right, where water is. So this direction of the west, the element of water, the flow, because, right, like her body's having to work too hard. That's why it's high. And so as soon as we connected with that element of water, jellyfish came through. Let me just feel in. So, got it. Jellyfish is asking you to practice the art of non-resistance, going with the currents and movements of life rather than fighting them. So what I would do, right, if I was working with a specific thing, like let's say it's a high blood pressure, we know that it's the direction of the west, the element of water. We know that we want to integrate this knowingness, this understanding, this healing at a deeper level. So I would, if I was working with a standing, circle, I would stand on the direction of the west, and I would start there with my intention. Can call in jellyfish, right? Call in the ebb and flow of water to help restore a normal flow. So you're going to come up with a very easy, right, intention like that, restoring a normal, healthy flow to my blood pressure, asking jellyfish to help you be in non-resistance to the things within you and around you. And then you're going and you thank, you breathe, you state that intention, you thank it, and then you move to the right to the north. You state the intention again. You ask for help and support from those allies in the north. Then you go to the east, same thing, right? You call on those allies of the direction of the east to support you in your intention. You go to the south, you do the same thing, and you end in the center. And you're holding that intention, and you're calling, right? It's like gathering, like a bus, right? Gathering, picking up people at each stop that are supporting and amplifying your intention. You complete with, stating the intention in the center and remembering who you truly be. So that was a great example. Thank you. That really helped us, walk through that in a beautiful way. Thank you. And thank you, Jellyfish, for coming in and supporting that. All of us, whether we have blood pressure issues or not, we could practice more non-resistance.
Yeah, I was realizing how we can apply it to the ebb and flow of our emotions, for example, right?
Ding, ding, ding. Exactly. And then this is how you see it's so layered. It's right. It's the elements. It's the seasons. It's the time, the ticking of time. It's all of nature. It's our connection. It's, it's fractals, as above, so below, within and without. It's all of these things. And having a physical reminder, having a physical ally to connect with helps us remember, again, right, whether I'm going physically out to the wheel or whether I'm sitting in my meditation chair walking the wheel in my mind, right, because it's too cold. I live at 8,500 feet. It can get really cold in the winter. I'm not standing out there all the time, but I'm going to visualize or know that I'm taking myself through there, thus activating, right, the vortex, thus activating the amplification. It's not just me trying to muddle through life myself. I'm calling on my legions of helpers and remembering my inner connection to everything, remembering my unity consciousness. This is what helps set that into place and then allow me to come back to that remembrance as I move through my life.
Yeah, wow. I was gonna, we're gonna have you do more readings. Obviously, I was gonna take the next one, but I feel that now is a good time to bounce on. You just gave us such a wonderful experience of how you magnificently work with the wheel, right? With an applied example, something very specific, very physical like this, and how you operate with this. So I feel now is a good time to talk about how you're going to support us so that we can work with the wheel as well, right? And
Yeah.
you have created a wonderful offering, the Medicine Wheel Experience, which is all about reclaiming ancient wisdom, the ancient wisdom of sacred circles and healing yourself as you heal Mother Earth. So we'd love to hear all about it. So for everyone to follow, you can go to on the web to gracefulconnections.com/Anna Maria 5. That's Anna Maria all in one word with the digit 5. If you're on the webcast, you have a button and a link. You can click there to go get to the page. If you're on the replay, just scroll down the page and discover Anna Maria's special offer. Anna Maria, please reveal what you have created for our audience.
Yeah, it took me a long time to develop this offering because the medicine wheel practice was my own personal practice, right? My daily spiritual practice. And so I was really conflicted about sharing it. And I really got, right, and part of that just comes from the lineage, right? Throughout history, our ancestors gathered around stone circles. They knew the sacredness. They knew the power. They understood the physics, which is really profound. The stones, the directions, the elements, they've been waiting for us to remember again. The wheel teaches us about balance. And as we work to heal ourselves by walking and working and collaborating with the wheel, we're also healing Mother Earth, the natural realm. And so we're being invited, right? You're being invited to remember your connection to the wheel. And the wheel means all of life, right? Like everything is a metaphor in here. And so to bring forward what I've been taught about the wheel, medicine wheels have been found all around the globe, all different cultures, and it's because some amazing reason all of our ancient ancestors understood, right, working with the stone beings alters the mundane energy and allows us to move multidimensionally. And so I wanted to bring through an experience that allows you, because there's no right or wrong when you're working with the wheel. I know some people that just make a wheel and sit in the center. They don't even walk the wheel. They haven't necessarily learned different things, but you need to, it's your own ally. And so I put together a program, and the way that I suggest going through it first and foremost is the orientation. Listen to the orientation first, and then go wherever you want from there. But in that first module, in that orientation, I'm going to begin to explain the aspects of the wheel and how they come together for you to work on your own healings and, right, healings for the earth herself. I'll explain different versions of medicine wheels. I'll go deeper than what I talked about here today, of course. You'll discover how to establish and grow a relationship with the wheel, with its aspects, in a way that allows you to collaborate, right? You're not using the rocks. You're not using the energy. You're collaborating with life force energy that is embodied in the medicine wheel. And it allows you, it transports you and connects you to sacred ancient wisdom. And so this allows you to explore your interconnectedness with all of life force energy. So that first module sets the stage. It explains the whats, the wheres, the whys, the why this information was kept hidden for so long. Our indigenous brothers and sisters absolutely believed that it had to stay hidden, right, in order for it to continue to exist, because in the past, through colonization, so many practices had been eradicated. But in the last 20 years, there's been a shifting that has come through the elders that has said, if we don't share it now, we'll lose it. So we have to share it. We have to get the more humans that we get to remember their interconnectedness and their power through the natural world, the better we're going to be for these next steps that we're facing as humanity. So I take you through different modules. The second module is the 4 directions and the 4 elements, which are really the foundation of the medicine wheel, right? You really get to go in deep with the 4 directions, with the 4 elements. So to me, right, it's not a thing, right? The direction of the north, the element of air, they are beings that I have a relationship with and that I go to for different wisdom, right? Like if I need to look at a new opportunity or call in a new possibility, I'm going to connect with the wisdom and the guidance of the element of air and that direction of the east to call in the divine right opportunity, the divine right possibility for me to start a new chapter. And so when we work with the elements and the directions as these great wisdom teachers that assist us, again, we move through our life very different. We move through our manifestation process in a different way. I take you through the animals of the medicine wheel because different animals reside on different spaces of the wheel, right? The birds are going to be in the direction of the east with the element of air. That makes sense, right? They're wind flyers. The marine life, the dolphins, the whales, the otters, the jellyfish, the starfish, they're going to be in the west with that element of water. The horned ones, right? Buffalo, elk, wolf, not wolf, elk, ram, all of those that have the antlers, they're going to be in the north. Those that are in the south are going to be wolf. See, wolf wanted to come through. Rabbit, snake, cougar, coyote, we're going to find those in the south, and they have different energies that we turn to help us shapeshift the energy in our life. And so we learn all about the animals of the medicine wheel. Also, the calendar aspects, right? We talked a little bit about that, but I explained the calendar aspects of the medicine wheel, how it can help you with the cycles of a day, right? The cycles of a season, the cycles of your life, and the interconnectedness. Everything with the wheel is about interconnectedness and balance. You can discover your birthday and other significant dates on the wheel. It makes it really fun and meaningful way to create ceremony around these significant days. We also do the plants and minerals, right, of the medicine wheel. So I explain who's where. And my favorite part about this module, right, is the music of the plants. I recorded a plant from each of the directions and include it so that you can play that, right? You could either visualize yourself being on the wheel, playing that music. You could go out to your wheel and play that. You can just include it in a meditation. The music of the plants is so profound to me, and it touches right directly to any point of pain that I have when I hear it. It transports me immediately. And so the ability to include these frequencies of the music of the plant in this medicine wheel experience meant so much to me. And I'm excited for you to experience it. It was truly an offering of love from the plants as this part. Then I've got the live group session. So something that happened in the last, I don't know if it was the last 6 months, as I was in the listening around my offerings and what do people need, right, to have this deep connection with the natural world, I got this piece around like one and done isn't good enough, right? So it's great. All of my courses always have had a live group session option with them, right? And that's great because you can go through the material and then ask a specific question for yourself. But what my team was telling me was, we don't learn like that, right? Like it's ongoing. We go through the modules, we have a question, then we go back, and then we have another question. So my team was like, you need to offer this ongoing. So I fought with them because I thought this was ridiculous, but they're right. They're absolutely right. So when you sign up for this package, not only do you get the live group session once, you get invited for a lifetime, as long as I'm doing this. So I guess it's my lifetime, quarterly live group Q&A sessions that you will be invited to. I'm telling you, that's worth the price of admission just on its own, because every quarter you will be invited, and it'll be a group session. I get through as many questions as I can. We talk energy. It's super sourcing. So just that alone.
Is that, Anna Maria, is that for everyone who buys the package?
Yes,
the option
that's for
to
everyone who buys.
Okay.
I know,
that's new
right?
news.
I argued with my team about this. I'm like, I'm
you.
not sure. Everyone? And they were like, everyone.
Okay. So we get a lifetime subscription to medicine wheel consultations, right? Let's put it this way: Q&A and consultations.
And the truth is, it's a live group Q&A session. So whatever's up, right? Like it's your time. I'll talk about whatever you want. So a lifetime of quarterly intuitive group Q&A. Yeah, I'm like, my goodness,
thank you for that.
Your team have got your back. Yes.
Thank you for that. That's new news. So I will edit the page accordingly to have this included to option 2. That's option 2, and you have a bonus elementals of the medicine wheel, audio and PDF by Anne LaFrance, right? And so that's your option 2, medicine wheel experience with the 5-module online course, the live Q&A, plus the lifetime quarterly Q&A and the bonus. That's option 2. Now, option 1, you have all of this plus a private session. Tell us about the private session, which makes it your personal medicine wheel experience. Yes, tell us about the private session.
This is what's so great because, right, then you and I get to come together, and that on its own is just fun anyway, no matter what we're talking about. But in this case, we're coming together to see exactly how and in what ways the medicine wheel wants to work with you, right? So when we go in, I will find out, I will be in the listening, I will ask what direction, what element, what animal, what tree, what mineral wants to support you, and like how to work with it. Are they saying, work with this direction, this element, this animal, this mineral for this spring season? Are they saying you need the next 6 months? What is the personal guidance for you? And what even further, like what is it they want you to do, right? They will give me a process to take you through. So that is very exciting because it's so personalized for you. And then, of course, you'll have time and space for any questions that you have about the medicine wheel or about what's going on in your life and how the wheel can support that. The prices on this, again, right, like my team has got your back so much. The price of the course alone is like more than 60% off the regular price. The package with the upgrade that includes the private session with me is cheaper, is less money than just a private session with me normally is. So this is like an opportunity, right? Like it means a lot. I have a huge history with the Academy for the Soul, and it means so much to me to show up and give back in the way that the Academy has given to me. And so that's where this comes from, really wanting to make it easy for you to say yes, to connect deeper and more profoundly with the natural world through the medicine wheel.
Thank you. Yes, you're at home. Academy for the Soul is your home. So you're at home. Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you for being so generous and so comprehensive with your offering. I mean, this package it is so comprehensive. So
Yes. Oh, one more thing too.
yeah.
Also, because people know it can take 2 to 3 months to get onto my calendar, right? Like, I'm
Mm.
grateful, and I'm so overwhelmed with gratitude for that. But I wanted to make sure, right? Again, bringing something special for your folks. So I just opened up some dates here in the next couple weeks.
So we
get
get a
in, and they go quick.
shortcut to you.
Yes, you cut the line. So, but you got to get in there because they're going to fill up. As soon as other people hear that there's new openings, they'll fill up very quickly. So you want to get on there.
Thank you. Thank you for that. So yes. Wow, very generously priced. There's, in addition, a PayPal for payment option available in many countries, making it even more accessible. And everyone, stay with us throughout our time together, as there will be a special announcement at the end of our gathering. There was already a special announcement with this surprise lifetime quarterly group Q&A included in your option 2, but there will be an extra special announcement at the end, so you will not want to miss this. So stay with us. Thank you so much, Anna Maria, for this very special offering. Let's go back to more readings. We'll take a couple of the Q&A, then we'll go back to live callers. We're gonna go to Vermont with Autumn. So what would the medicine wheel would like Autumn to know?
Yeah, let me feel in there. This is one of the plants, and actually it's not, it is connected with one of the directions, but for you in this case, this is more of a preparation. This sage plant is an amazing ally when you're working with the medicine wheel to help prepare and cleanse you and clear your field of any negativity. That was one of the free gifts that I offered, was the sonic sagebrush clearing. And so to work with, that's a great reminder for others, to go check that free gift out. But
get the welcome gift from Anna Maria.
Yes, the welcome gift. This is so important. This is so great. So so this really does work for everyone. To get that recording and to picture yourself playing that and being cleared, because it's other people's negativity that's getting you, and it's getting you down, right? It's like you can handle so much, and then it's just too much. So I want you to play that sonic sagebrush clearing to allow it to clear out your field. Get that residue out and off of you. But I want you to see yourself, I want you standing on the north, on the outside of the circle, and play that. And then picture yourself standing in the center and play it again, so that this is a cleansing and a recalibration that is needed. And as that clearing takes hold, you're going to have new insights that are going to come through. It's just the line is clogged right now. It's like static in the line. Just clear it out.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, Autumn, for bringing this for everyone to also be reminded of the welcome gift and the bring on the sage. Blessings to you, Autumn. Thank you. Let's go to Hawaii with Alicia. What would the medicine wheel like Alicia to know?
Oh, aloha, Alicia. I just adore Alicia. Alicia, I have to tell you, this is that direction of the east. You've got a big old raven cawing at you, standing there, saying, bring your magic to create something new. And so what's interesting, because it's not so much like you need another thing, but this is around revisiting those things that keep pulling you, right? Whether it's your pottery, whether it's your farming, but what keeps pulling you, and a new way to offer it, right? So there's a new life, a new intention, a new vibration infused in it. So let that raven bring some light to the darkness in the areas that you're unsure. This isn't darkness like badness. This is darkness like mystery. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure. Let Raven come bring some lightness in and help you see for these new endeavors. Yay, Miss Alicia. Big heart hugs to you.
Thank you. Blessings, Alicia. Thank you. Let's go back to take some live callers. We're going to Appleton, Wisconsin. You're on the phone 0025.
Hi, Anna Maria.
Hello.
Hi, this is Valerie.
Hi, Valerie.
Hi,
welcome.
Hi, Anna Maria. I just wanted to share that I've worked with Anna Maria for years. I've been part of her mentorship and also went through her certification program. And so if anybody is on the fence about working with her, I just want to say that I give a big shout out. She brings the highest vibration energy. And if you're in a place where you're stuck or unsure, it can really give you the nudge to get over that hump. And I had a situation where I had a crisis with my animal, and Anna Maria literally did the medicine wheel in the vet parking lot with me so that we could change up the energy before I went in, took my animal, my dog, into the vet, and it changed the situation. So I've seen very tangible results from working with Anna Maria with the medicine wheel. So I wanted to share that. But then I also wanted to ask Anna Maria, what is the medicine wheel wanting me to know right now?
Oh, my goodness. First of all, Valerie, my heart is so full. I'm like, oh, my goodness, this is the best. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I have to tell you, they're drawing you to the center, right, to the fire pit in the center. And they've got you sitting in the center. And we've got the grandmothers from the north coming through. This is definitely what you're going through now is another aspect of initiation, right, into stepping deeper into yourself as a medicine woman in this embodiment. And so let those grandmothers surround you. I feel like they're going to do a full moon ceremony. Maybe call on that tonight before you go to bed to allow them to engage that. And as you're drifting off to sleep, picture yourself laying in the center of the wheel. Let them do the activations and calibrations that they need to do. But this feels like very strong medicine. I feel like when you wake up tomorrow, you should welcome it. Thank you. Reveal yourself to me so that I can get to know you. But this is definitely that one of those next level pieces taking place for you. Wow, that's exciting.
It is exciting, and I've felt it coming. There's been some silence, and I've known that is bringing something. I just haven't known completely or exactly what it is, so I've been remaining open to it. So that gives me the additional guidance. So I'll definitely work with the energies tonight with the full moon. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
What's
Thank
really
you, Valerie.
exciting too is there's this piece around some download that you'll receive around, right? It's shape-shifting the circumstances that are happening, but it's going to be a core teaching piece for you as you work with others. So just, again, stay open, ask for it to be revealed. And I would say within this spring season, it will be revealed for you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. I love working with you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Valerie. Blessings. And thank you for the heartfelt shout out. That was, wow, that was very
I know, that's so great.
and powerful. Like, what a surprise. Well, you are gifting us surprises, Anna Maria, and you get a response, surprises in response. So,
right?
Yeah. In reciprocity. Beautiful. Thank you. We are going to South San Francisco, California with Kathy. I'm unmuting you, Kathy. Hello.
Oh, hi, Sophie. Thank you for taking my call. Hi, Anna Maria.
Hello.
Hi. Yeah, I'd like to know what the medicine wheel message has for me at this time.
Let me feel in here. Let me see what's going on here. I have to tell you, there's a lot of animals that have just gathered around you all of a sudden. And when that happens, again, that's that open heart that animals know they can trust. So I want to acknowledge and honor your open heart, and let me feel in and see where we're going with this.
Okay.
You know what's interesting is it's the stones themselves. I kept saying, oh, is it here? And they're like, no, you're not getting it. This is what I love, right? I'm so glad I'm not in charge, and that they know how to guide me and like direct me, because I'm like, oh, we're going there. They're like, no, it's the stones themselves. And so different stones can have, or not can, they have different energies, right? And so medicine wheels have been made from all sorts of different stones, the stones that are just local right there, ones that they've had to move. But what they're bringing in for you is red granite. And red granite is red, right, because it has iron, which reflects our body in terms of the blood, right? And then it's got the silica and the quartz, which is reflective of our bones. And so I'm seeing you like in a circle of red granite in the center for balance in your body. And it feels more physical, right? Like physical body things going on, but also the brain, right? It's almost like the brain, the anxiety gets the best, and then it kind of will trigger other things. So I would definitely suggest a practice of at least visualizing yourself sitting within those 4 red granite stones daily and calling on balance of body and mind.
Okay.
Does that resonate to you?
Yeah.
What questions does that bring up?
Well, I'm in a place, I have been for a while, that the noise, the pollution, and just the lack of sleep is just the sleep deprivation. And then I it's affecting my, whole being, and then and then I have anxiety, and so what you were saying, and then with the mind and the body, I'm like, it's constant, and
and what I would do is also, like, I would amp that up, because you just need extra support right now, right? Like, the body's amazing, but it needs some help. And like you said, right, like it's almost like chicken or egg, right? Is the anxiety causing the body issues? Is the body causing the anxiety? And then it's like not just one thing. There's like so many things. So, right, like call that in to help slow everything down, the balance. Really, the 4-stone configuration is great for balance, and especially for physical pieces. So I would do this, right, like when you wake up in the morning, like before I get out of bed, I start doing my practices. And so you could visualize that you're laying, right? Like picture yourself in your bed with 4 red granite stones around your bed, and just being infused with that balance. And almost like you're in a little space suit of balance, regardless of what's going on, right? Like our astronauts can walk around in space and not implode because of their spacesuit. And so energetically, and we dismiss energetics all the time, but we need to start putting that on you before you go out into the world, because it makes a big difference. And especially for someone who's as energetically sensitive as you got enough, right? Like we got to bring you some relief. We got to bring you some balance. And so I would picture yourself in that red granite circle twice a day, bringing the balance. I would also picture yourself putting on your spacesuit before you go out and deal with the Michigas of the world.
I do. I have different things that I do before I even walk out the door.
Good.
Okay.
Woo.
All right. Thank you.
Thank
you, Kathy. Blessings. What I'm feeling, Anna Maria, and you will maybe confirm or comment on that, is that, well, there's the message that is, and the insights that are offered today, but behind that, and along with that, there's really a greater invitation for Kathy and for everyone with whom this situation resonates to actually work with to integrate the medicine wheel to your daily practice, to your life. As you mentioned a couple of times, Anna Maria, how the medicine wheel transcends the mundane, right? So the pollution, the noise, all of this, right? That's a way for us, as we said earlier, to bring the magic into the non-magical world. And so yeah, I think today's message is a gift, but along with the message, it's really a greater invitation to step into this, magical life, magical living, right?
Yeah. It's calling on allies, right? It's the medicine wheel, when it brings all of its allies together, it becomes an amplification tool, right? So it allows us to be in the listening with it turned up a little bit, right? Because it's a still small voice, which is hard to hear over all the other nonsense. And as we connect, it helps us remember that turns up the volume, right? And not just remember when we're working with or when we're interacting with the wheel, but in those spaces when we're not, right? It helps, like meditation, it creates the gap. So if you're resonating with, right, the natural world being that amplifier for you, being that ally for you, you feel like bridging, the mundane with the magical, then working with the medicine wheel, that's for you.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. Whew, okay, let's keep going. Are you good to keep going? A few more readings?
Absolutely. This is such a great group.
Thank you. Okay, let's go to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 0026 on the phone, unmuting you. Hello.
Hello. Hello, ladies. Thank you for this opportunity. My
You're
name's
welcome.
Debbie.
Hi, Debbie.
And I would like to know, could I ask a specific question? I would like to know what message the medicine wheel has for me concerning the injury to my left thumb and forearm. It just won't go away.
Yeah, let me feel in and let's see what's going on. So anytime the different quadrants of the wheel, right, can relate to different aspects. And in this case, I'm getting drawn to the north, right, that grounding, that earth, that physicality. And so taking it to the north, I'm seeing you sitting on the north direction stone, which again could be any kind of stone, but that deep earth healing, like the science that came out from earthing, grounding, right? That there were actually being flooded with negative ions that help our body remember balance. And so for you, right, like we had a couple different things. We had that jellyfish piece. We had the one with the red granite. For you, what I am seeing is you sitting on the north stone, facing towards the inside of the circle, right? Not facing out, but facing in. And bringing that, because this is about how you handle things in life, not what it relates to other people, right? Like you are golden. You will go out of your way for other people. But for yourself, right, you don't always take care of yourself the way that you take care of others. And this arm and thumb thing is hanging around trying to get your attention around that. So I would visualize, right, picture yourself sitting or go sit on a north-facing stone and recommit to caring for yourself the way that you care for others and begin to call on that healing completely without any kind of, residue hanging out there or long-term injury happening. But your team is looking for this recommitment from yourself to care for yourself the way you care for everybody else.
Okay, this is making me cry. It's like permission to take care of myself.
Right?
I guess I really do need to hear this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love that your team guided you here exactly for this. And so, picture yourself sitting there, because you've got such a big heart too. The animals love you. Picture yourself surrounded by all your favorite animals, all the wild animals, right? And just feel that love coming in to heal up that forearm and that thumb. You've just been stretched too far.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Debbie. Blessings.
Such a heart hug. Yes.
Thank you. And thank you for Debbie. Blessings to you. And thank you for bringing this invitation to take care of yourself, to yourself, obviously, but to many others as well, right? So.
Oh, that's a huge gift to the group. I mean, that is such a blessing.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
to receive that back, multitudes. So just get ready for that to be healed up, because that's what you needed to hear. That's what was in the way.
Mm-hmm. And using the hand, I'm seeing the hand stretched out to receive this gift, right?
Yes.
To receive this gift, receive the invitation. So beautiful. Oh, I get chills. Okay, yeah. Well, it's just so elegant, right? The configuration. So thank you, Debbie. Okay, let's go to the Q&A. We're going to Los Angeles with Sandra. What would the medicine wheel like Sandra to know?
I'm feeling there's a deer, a male deer, a buck deer coming forward. And deer is about a gentle luring to new adventures. And so this male deer is grounding her, putting her on that north side of the wheel and saying, we need to get you grounded so that life can feel more like an adventure instead of a treadmill, right? One thing after another. And so you're being called into new adventures, but they'll come and present themselves as you ground in, right? So often we try and go up and out of this embodiment, right? Because it's hard being a human, but the magic happens when we fully and completely embody in and ground in, and then that unlocks the portals between the dimensions for us to explore. So you're definitely being drawn to new adventures, and it's going to come through your grounding in to the natural world is going to be the easiest way for you to have those experiences. Oh, my goodness, that's exciting.
It is. Thank you. Thank you, Sandra. Blessings. Yeah, wow. Let's go to Citrus Heights, California with Caroline Rose. What would the medicine wheel like Caroline Rose to know?
Well, this is interesting, right? Because so often when we think about the medicine wheel, we think about, right, a circle on the ground, and we get very two-dimensional in it, but it's all of it, right? It's the sky above, it's the earth below, it's everything else, and they're bringing in moon energy for you. And it's interesting, right? Because here we are in this full moon energy. And so this is like, it almost feels like a wild card, right? Like in a poker game or something. This one is wild for you because they're saying with this full moon energy, what do you want to put the light on, right? Where do you want to shine the light? Where in your life needs that light? That stepping into the wheel can really source you. So right now they've got you standing in the center and letting you shine that full moon light wherever you need some more illumination. But what they're saying, right, is this is, it's not two-dimensional. There's more going on than meets the eye. So feel into that and see how the wheel can source you multidimensionally.
Wow. Okay. Love it. Thank you. Thank you, Caroline Rose. Blessings. Okay, let's go to Niantic with Colette. So I don't know if I pronounce properly the location, but you will know. This is for you, for Colette. What would Medicine Wheel like Colette to know?
Ooh, that's a good one. Let's feel in here and let's see what's going on. I'm definitely feeling some plant medicine coming through. Now, this is the plant plantain, Plantain. This is a tremendously healing plant. And so what's coming through is this, it's coming through on the east side of the wheel. And for you to get out of your head around the old hurts, the old cuts and scrapes that we've gotten from people, and to move forward, right? Call in new people, not the same old ones who've been hurting you. Call in your new tribe, the tribe that will see you, hear you, receive you. This plantain, it's a master healer. And so allow this plant in the east to reverse those negative effects from those people who are close to you, who've hurt you in the past. Allow this plant, allow the direction of the east to usher you in to a new chapter of being seen and being held and being valued. Wow, that was a lot bigger than I was expecting.
Wow, yes. Thank you. Thank you, Colette. Blessings. And reminder to everyone, make this yours if it resonates. And I feel that it does. Is offered to many in the audience. Thank you so much. Okay, let's go to Charlottesville with Margaret. What would the Medicine Wheel like Margaret to know?
Yes. This is definitely the rocks speaking, and these are the river rocks, and river rocks are formed through the element of water, so we're in the direction of the west. So it's this piece of integration for you, right? Like, I know you feel like you're ready for the next step to be revealed, but they're saying there's an integration that hasn't completed from the current place that you're in. So ask, right, for that integration, for the integration to flow in. Work with the river rocks. The river rocks are shaped by the flow, right? Let them guide you in this revealing so that the next step is waiting. It's right there, but we got to complete your integration first. So ask for the integration. What else needs to be done here? It feels like really almost like an affirmation on your part, really anchoring it in, really stating that you believe that you're complete with this last chapter and that you are ready to move forward. So own that. Speak your truth and get ready to move forward into your next chapter. But definitely complete with that direction of the west first.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Margaret. It's interesting because I'm seeing like a circle, like closing a circle with our first reading with Andrea, who had 3 things to let go of and be done with and complete. And somehow I feel that like our first, because this is going to be our last reading for today, but it feels to me that our first and last reading close a circle. There's something interesting there. I'm being shown closing the circle.
And that's the thing, right? It's layers and circles and cycles and rhythms, and it's infinite, right? It's fractals, and it helps us. I mean, that's the biggest thing. It helps me remember in such a profound way that I'm not alone, that I'm not supposed to be doing it alone, and that I need to step in, connect, and ask. Ask for the assistance, ask for the guidance, ask for the revealing.
Absolutely. Thank you. Wow, we would stay the whole day with you, Anna Maria. But the good thing is, with the surprise that you have gifted us already, everyone who joins your program will have lifetime quarterly access to you. So that's a relief that we are only just going to part for today, but there's going to be many more occasions to be with you, Anna Maria. Let me wrap up the special offer before we get to our special announcement. So the medicine wheel experience, you have option 2, that is the 5-module online course, plus the Q&A group session live call, plus the lifetime access to quarterly live group sessions and Q&As, and the bonus elementals of the medicine wheel audio and PDF by Anne LaFrance. That's a very, very generously priced package and very comprehensive, very profound. That's option 2. Option 1 is all of that plus your personal medicine wheel private session, a 30-minute private session with Anna Maria. You get the whole package for less than the price of the private session with Anna Maria, where you get shortcut to her calendar as well, and you get to spend 30 minutes together to accomplish everything you need to accomplish, answer questions. You mentioned an initiation as well, I believe, Anna Maria.
Yeah, so we'll tune in with the medicine wheel and see the initiatory path that the wheel would like you to take. So what direction, what animal, all of these guides, and for how long. It's going to be very specific for each person.
Yes, initiatory path. Yes, okay. So go to gracefulconnections.com/AnnaMaria5, the Anna Maria digit 5. On the webcast, you have the button, you have the link on the replay. Scroll down the page. You have all the details on this wonderful special offer and how to access it, purchase it. And now let's get to our special announcement. Anna Maria is generously offering a fast action bonus for any purchase by Sunday, May 18th at midnight Pacific, option 1 or option 2. Anna Maria, please tell us about your fast action bonus.
Yes, we've actually got a couple things going on. I just lost my notepad here, sorry. So first of all, right, and the fast action bonus is for either package. Where you get the lifetime Q&A, you get 30 days of me doing daily clearings and infusions, right? I start each day doing over 50 clearing and infusions, and you will be included in that for the next 30 days. I will also include a PDF in my book, Nature. I tell the story of my medicine wheel here, the one that I'm currently a guardian of, and it's very sacred. It's actually a story that I don't like telling on the air, but you'll have it in PDF form. It is profound. It'll have you shaking your head. Your jaw will be on the ground. It is absolutely profound. So I'm excited to be able to offer those bonuses. And then, of course, the folks who are doing the upgrade, right, you're going to have me listening for you specifically, talking with the medicine wheel, seeing which direction, which element, which animal, which tree are sourcing you on your initiatory path with the medicine wheel, and how long an actual process for you to go through. So you'll have a little extra hand-holding and guidance. It's super helpful.
Thank you. Yes, absolutely. So the fast action bonus expires on Sunday, May 18th at midnight Pacific. To get the 30 days of daily energy clearings and the very special PDF. I feel like it is a sacred document. It is how I'm feeling it in my heart. So thank you for sharing it with us, Anna Maria. And remember, for everyone who is interested in the private session, take action fast, not only because you will get the bonus, the fast action bonus, but you will get access to the private session, the slots that Anna Maria is
Yes.
opening, especially for our people, but they will go fast and there's only so many of them. So if you want to meet soon, take action fast. Thank you for that. Anna Maria, you've offered so much already. You are so generous. You are so generous. Let's push it a little bit more. If there's anything more you would like to share, any closing words?
Yes, absolutely. As we were sitting here, it was coming through. And this is to have everyone face or imagine yourself or know that you're facing that direction of the south. And we've got the sunflower coming through. And the sunflower's reminding us, right? You're sourced by the sun. You're sourced by the light. Keep yourself facing the light. That is what is going to help you move forward, help you be in full expression, help you persevere. Keep facing the light. Thank you, sunflower.
Yes, thank you, sunflower. I get chills. Keep facing the light. Keep facing the light. Well, we can make a mantra. I keep facing the light, and
Yes.
take this with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's take a moment to return to the awareness of the orb of grace surrounding us, allowing it to remain there, holding us, holding all that we have received, all that we have experienced today, as we are held in the orb of grace for as long as it serves our highest good, our evolution, and the highest good of all. And I'm closing now by offering my deepest gratitude to each and every one of you, whether you're present live or on the replay. Thank you for joining us today, for answering yes to the calling of grace and the calling to activate your earth energy, harmonizing your inner rhythms with those of the planet and opening portals to elevated states of awareness. Infinite gratitude to our brilliant expert, Anna Maria Vasquez, for all the wisdom, the guidance, and the sacred offerings you have gifted us today. Thank you, Anna Maria.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you so much for creating the space that we can gather and play in the energy like this. How did we get so lucky? Oh, my goodness.
Thank you for joining us there. Yeah, it's been playing together. Absolutely. It's been so joyful and rich and magnificent. Thank you. And yes, gratitude to the Orb of Grace for providing a safe, sacred sanctuary for our journey of exploration together. And gratitude for all the grace we are blessed with at every moment, whether we are aware of it or not. It offers all the nourishment, the nurturing, the healing, and the insights we open our hearts to receive. Gratitude to our higher selves and all the higher beings who guide, support, and protect us. And gratitude to the divine presence that flows through all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Until we meet again very soon, may many graceful blessings shower upon us all. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Anna Maria. And bye now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.